everyone. LJ Young for another edition of Dead Ain't My Daddy live. Live. I'm getting used to this live thing on YouTube. All right. Now, today, well, first of all, I want to say welcome to Dead Ain't My Daddy. And I want to thank all those people who follow me. Please like and share. Kind of give you an idea of what Dead Ain't My Daddy is and does is I help people get out of debt by making people aware of things that they cannot see when they're deep in debt versus out of debt. Okay, and things that they don't quite make sense when you're deep in debt, but you just roll with it because credit. You just think you need credit for everything. All right, and it's just, and also. If you like these videos and you would like to see, and this is just personal finances, by the way, just personal finances. If there's something that you would like me to make a video on so that you can better understand it, please, please, please don't hesitate to ask. Again, like and share if you like this video. All right, let me grab my laptop. I made notes of, okay. So, the first one, all right, that you just roll with it, but you don't really think about it because that's how it always has been, all right? So you ever wonder why, okay, I got a bug flying in here, right in my video. God dog it. Sorry, you guys. That's what happens when you go live. All right. You know, it's that time, gnats. All right, anyway, you ever wonder why a car dealership say, hey, we finance you for 72 months. We'll finance your car for 72 months. You know why? Because it doesn't sound like 6 years. Now, if they say, hey, you want to finance for 6 years, you probably say, ooh, dang, 6 years. But 72 months is okay. All right. And what you don't see is that one's number one. Number two, you don't really realize that the bank is really in a winning situation by financing this car for you. You know why? Because out of those 6 years, you cannot have one financial hiccup. Not one. Not one. Lose your job, divorce, sued, death in the family, whatever. Whatever, 6 years, you're telling the bank, 6 years, I will not have a financial life hiccup at all. If I was the bank, I'd roll with those. I'd roll with those odds. I would. And now, mind you, I'm not the way I talk. I'm not against the banks, okay? Because we don't have to borrow their money. You can just look at the terms and say, no, thank you. That's it. You don't have to borrow the money. All right, the next one. All right, imagine now, and I'm telling you this because these are things that I felt and thought when I was deep in debt. All right, and now just roll with it here, okay? When you sign up you want a house, right? And you sign that 30-year mortgage. 30 years. You kind of get this feeling in your gut, and especially if you don't know too much about house financing and all that stuff, you get this feeling in your gut, you say, 30 years. That's real. That feeling that you're feeling, it's real. That stack of papers that you have no idea what's in there, that's real. Okay, that feeling is telling you something, that this is a mistake, especially if you come with less than 20%, but that's another topic, all right? Now, back to the bank odds again. You're telling the bank out of 30 years, you're not going to have one financial hiccup. Not a death in the family, not a loss of job, anything. Because the bank can't lose. You don't pay for the house, they keep the house. Well, the house has always been theirs in the first place. It always has been. But people call themselves homeowners when they're really not homeowners. Okay? You just I never thought about it that way. I'm paying a mortgage, but I was calling myself a homeowner, which I really wasn't a homeowner. When somebody could have just simply said, hey, Linnell, if you're a homeowner with a mortgage, what do you call a person with a house and no mortgage? A homeowner. You know, I wish somebody would have said that to me. Oh, here's another one. This is back to the car thing, right? You know how I remember when I was in debt, I used to fight over leasing versus buying a car. I used to go, oh man, leasing's better. No, buying's better. I was hearing it all wrong. Okay, this is the debt-free eyes version. Leasing, not buying, financing. They're both financed and they're both owned by the bank. Who cares? It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. You know, it's leasing versus, you're not buying, you're financing. Leasing, financing, they're both financed. They're both owned by the bank. It doesn't matter. It's still their cars. You're just making payments on depreciating objects. That's it. All right, next one. All right. The famous student loan. All right, again, they cannot lose. For you, if you have a student loan, now it's up to $1.4 trillion. All right? 1.4 trillion, that's a lot of people with a lot of student loans, okay? And they're all doing the same thing, thinking they can just forget about it. Now mind you, they want you to put it to the back burner, okay? They want you. I want you to understand that if you don't pay that student loan off, that student loan will be with you until you are dead in the ground. Dead. Dead. Now imagine, do you really want to pay something? And then when you go through your life, when you could have just paid it off with your paycheck through life, imagine still paying that student loan with your retirement money. And then when you die, guess what? It's insured. The federal government just pays it. So you pay that student loan through the whole life of your money that you're working. And then when you retire, you're still paying it. No way ever in the world do that. If anybody says, hey, invest, okay, here's a better way. All right, stay with me here. And this is how people that are looking for financial advisors, but they don't know about money, so you really don't know how to ask to say, hey, are you good? I mean, you don't know if they're good, right? This is all you got to do, all right? It's just math, okay? You go like this. Say like, I'm going to just use some round numbers. Say like you have $50,000 in debt, okay, in student loan debt, right? And let's say you have $5,000 saved in your bank account. In real life, which is the only life, the present moment, the present time, you have negative $45,000 to your name. Your net worth is negative $45,000. You see how I got that? Negative $50,000 plus $5,000 is negative $45,000. You're in the negative, all right? Now, if you go to a financial guy and because I hear this stuff and it angers me, okay? It really angers me, but all you got to do is basic math. You go to the person and say, hey, financial guy, help me out. He's going to say, hey, what's your debt? What's your finances? Blah, blah, blah. You'll say like your student loan was the only one, okay? You'll say, oh, I got a five. Just say it normally. Now, you added them together before you went there. Now, when you say, say it normal. I got $50,000 in student loan debt and I got $5,000 saved, all right? If this person says, hey, don't pay off that student loan, take that $5,000, invest in the stock market and do all this other nonsense, right? All right? And then you just stop them right there and say, hey, if I'm negative $45,000 in the hole, where's this money coming from that I'm investing into the stock market? Where's it at? Because your net worth is negative 4. Now, if they don't understand that, you need to get up from the desk and you need to leave. Me, if somebody comes, people don't really like to hear my advice, but I tell them real. They might be mad at me, but they'll say, oh man, screw him. But was he right though? Was his math right? Well, yeah, his math was right, but screw him. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. It's the math that counts. So you get up and you leave. You don't need to know all the percentages and the fancy stock market, this and that. That's if your finances are not straight, don't worry about all that. Don't worry about it. Because if you get this straight, you'll be able to navigate through that stuff. Plus, you'll see who are all the fakers too. You will see it. You will see it. Trust me. People, trust me. Get these finances straight. Like, for example, treat your personal finances like you would do a business. You want to, hey man, should I go into business? You just go think to yourself. Treat your personal finances like a business. Would I be in trouble? Would I still be in business going by my personal finances? If your answer is no, that means you're not ready. And there's nothing wrong with it. Get your personal finances straight. This is what I do. I create plans for people to help you to see the numbers. Don't mess with anything else. You need a plan. I organize it, put it all together so you can see it. It's almost like most people don't want to see the total debt number. They just don't want to see it, right? It's no different than people don't want to step on the scale to know their real weight. The same thing, but take it up a level because it's people's money. You take that scary step, it'll change your world. I help people change their world. Trust me on this. You'll never go back. Ever. You'll see all the fakers. You'll see all the money scammers. They're not really like scams and stuff like that. Money scams. They're really not that complex. You know what they're triggering you on? If you're in trouble in debt. If you're in debt, you'll tend to believe things that are really not there. That they'll send you a check without seeing the product and they'll overpay you. You see these Craigslist scams. It doesn't make any sense. You know why? Because they're just hoping that you're in deep enough trouble that you'll fall for it. No different, no different. But anyway, that's another video. I love this stuff. I love helping people. Again, this is just with personal finances only. If you like my video, you want to see me, I'm a bank website translator too. I'll tell you what they really mean on these finance consolidated credit stuff. Anything you want to know, I'll tell you the truth, what it really is, okay? All right, you can reach me at DebtAintMyDaddy.com. You can reach me on Facebook at Facebook /DebtAintMyDaddy, Instagram, DebtAintMyDaddy. I don't care where you are in the United States. I can help you. Most people that have no idea what their debt is, that's the first step. I organize it. If you just want it in one place, all right? Most people start out with that. If you just want it in one place so you can see it, and if you feel like dealing with it and handling what's on there, you can do it. And we just go up from there. All right. You guys have a wonderful Thursday. My second live session. So I'm going to keep doing them. All right. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. Uh-oh. I got to stop this. I don't know how to stop these ones. Okay. Let me see. Let me just put the X. Okay. Here we go.